Hi lovely reception children, it's Miss Swan here, ready with some maths for you today. So this week we have been learning all about subtraction. So subtraction, we're talking about taking something away. It could be a number, it could be an amount, a thing, an object. Okay, so we've got our star words. Let's get them in our head. We have got take away. Now there's an action for take away. We've done this before in our classroom. Can you remember what it is? Fantastic. So it goes like this. You put a hand out flat in front of you because that is similar to the symbol that we need to use. Okay, so we've got take away, subtract, subtract, subtraction. Now, all of those words, they mean the same thing. So I could say take away, subtract, subtraction. They all mean the same thing. Okay, now the wow word way to say it is subtract, but sometimes I use the word take away because it can remind us that we're actually moving something, we're taking something away. Okay, we've got is equal to. Remember that one? That's the same for addition. We need that symbol as well. We've got equation. That's how we write what we're doing. Number, object. Now, last week we introduced these, so it was the first time looking at these. They are also really helpful for subtraction. So we've got part, part, parts, whole, whole, and then we've got our model. So we've got the part, whole model. Can you do that? Part, whole model. Your turn. Fantastic. Okay, so let's practice our action. So can you show me the action for subtract? Amazing. Show me the action for is equal to. Show me the action for parts. Whole. Ready? Can you show me the action for part, whole model? Amazing. Part, whole model. Amazing. Okay, so today we're going to focus on the part, whole model to explore subtraction. Now, when I mean explore, I mean thinking about it and using it. So we're going to really understand it before tomorrow we look at using it to write some equations. Okay, so we're just exploring today. So we know the part, whole model from last week. Now, what's fantastic about the part, whole model is it works for addition and subtraction. Okay, now it works well for both of those because those are inverse operations. Now that just means they do opposite things. So with addition, we are adding something. With subtraction, we're taking something away. So they are opposite actions. Okay, so we've got our part, whole model. Now we could look at it this way or we could look at it this way. Okay, doesn't matter which way round it is as long as we've got these three circles. Okay, I like to use it this way, okay, but it's up to you how you use it. Okay, so I'm going to get my pen and I'm going to write the names of the bits of the model. Okay, so this big one here is the whole. Fantastic. So I'm going to write whole, and then what are these two? Amazing. The parts. Okay, so I'm going to put part at the top here and part up top here. So we've got our whole and our two parts. Okay, so it's called the part, whole model. Can you do that? Part, whole model. Oh, there goes my board. Fantastic actions. Okay, so for subtraction, we have the whole here. Now, when we're talking about the whole in subtraction, that's the number we start with, okay? So the whole is how many there are altogether, our starting number at the start, okay? So that number that we start with, how many objects we count out. And then here, for the parts, these are useful for working out our subtraction. So in this first part here, now I like to use the one at the top, so I get them in the right order. In here is where the amount that we're taking away, the number or the things that we're taking away go. And then the numbers that the numbers or the amount of objects that are left, they go in this part. Okay, so it helps us see how we subtract. So we start with a number, we take some away, the object's left, the number left goes in here, okay, and that will help us to work out our subtraction, okay. So how many we're going to take away, how many are left, okay. Now, because we're doing subtraction from 20, I am going to be taking away different amounts from 20, so I'm going to start by counting out 20 objects into my whole, okay, my starting number. Now I've got my pink tack, you could use anything you have at home, okay. Now I've just drawn this, you can use one that I've put on the class page, or you can draw it yourself as well, okay. So I'm going to count out 20, count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, make sure I can hear you, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I've got 20 objects in my whole. Now, I like to write the numbers because that helps me remember them. So I'm going to put 20 there. Now, if you're not confident yet with counting out 20 objects, that's fine. You can choose another number to work with. So you might want to start with 10. When you can do 10, counting out 10 objects, you can go to a high number, maybe try 11. Then when you can do that, 12, okay? And then you will get to 20 when you practice, okay? So I've got 20 objects in my whole, okay? So the whole is 20. The whole is 20. So I've chosen 20 because I want to start with 20 objects and take some away. I'm going to subtract some. Okay, so I need to think, I can choose any number between 0 and 20 to subtract because that's how many objects I have. So, I'm going to choose how many to take away. I want to subtract 5 objects, okay? So I'm going to take 5 objects and put them in my first part, okay? So I want to take away 5. Now, I don't take them off my board. I put them in this part, okay, to help me know how many I've taken away. So help me count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've taken 5 away from my whole. I've put them in my first part, okay? So I took away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I write 5 in that part. Okay, so I had 20 in my whole, 20, subtract 5. Okay, now these objects, my pink tack that are left, I'm going to move these into the second part, my other part, and count how many there are left. Okay, that will tell me what 20 subtract 5 is. Okay, so help me count out how many are left. I'm going to move all of these left into this part. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How many were left? How many did I move? 15. So I write the number 15 so I don't forget. Now, if when you were moving them you forgot, don't worry, you just count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, make sure you're touching each object so you don't miss any. Okay, so now when I've filled out all of my boxes, so I've got numbers in each of my boxes, I'm ready to talk about it. Okay, I'm going to explain what I've done, my subtraction in a full sentence. Okay, so the whole is 20. I started with 20. I took 5 away. 15 are left. I have 15 left. Fantastic. So then I want to put it into my number sentence, how I would do it as an equation. So 20 take away 5 is 15. And you do that with me. 20 take away 5 is 15. Fantastic. Now I'm going to use my star words. I want to use subtract and I want to use is equal to. Okay, so remember we started with 20, we took away 5, 15 are left. So 20 subtract 5 is equal to 15. 20 subtract 5 is equal to 15. Can you say that? 20. Oh, sorry, let's try that again. 20 is 15. Fantastic. So we go in this order. Brilliant. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move all of my objects, because I know that I counted up 20, back into my hole, and then I'm going to choose another number to subtract from 20. So I'm just going to move all of these back and then pick another one. Now, because I know that I've got 20 objects, I'm going to leave that 20 there because I'm starting with 20, but I'm just going to rub out these parts because I'm going to choose another number now to subtract. So the whole is 20. I started with 20. I'm going to subtract 2. So I'm going to take away 2 objects from my whole and move them into the first part. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2. Okay, so I've taken 2 away from my whole. I've subtracted 2. So I'm going to write the number 2. That shows me how many are in there. Okay. Now, to work out what 20 subtract 2 is, I'm going to move the objects that I have left into this part and count them. That will tell me how many are left. So let's count. 1, I start back with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. How many did I count? 18. So there are 18 left. So I write the number 18. Fantastic. Okay, now I'm just going to talk through what I've done. Okay, so I started with 20. The whole is 20. Can you tell me the parts? The parts are 2, brilliant, and 18, well done. Okay, now this first part tells me how many I took away. Okay, so I had 20. How many did I take away? Amazing, 2. And how many were left? Look at that number. 18, well done. And when you do it, you can count your objects that are in your second part. Okay, so then I'm just going to explain what I did. So 20, take away 2 is 18. Can you say that? Is brilliant. Now I just want to use my star words, subtract and is equal to. So I can say 20 subtract 2 is equal to 18. Okay, can you say that? 20 subtract is, how many is it equal to? 18. Fantastic. 20 subtract 2 is equal to 18. Okay, so we started with the whole, took some away, and then we know how many are left. Okay, fantastic. And when you do your next number, you just want to bring all of your objects back to the whole and start again. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. You're going to count out 20 objects. If you're not sure how to do 20 yet, you pick another number, put them in the hole, and then you're going to take some away and count how many are left using your part whole model. Bye, lovely reception children.